On the news tonight, state government declares Obi Oputa III as the legitimate traditional ruler of Abo in Ndokwa East local government area. Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission empowers the Superdex Skills Academy artisans and women from various ethnic nationalities. World Trade Organization reappoints Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as its Director General for a second term. And abroad, Australia plans to ban children under 16 from using social media. Good evening and welcome to Delta Television Main News. I am Tony Eluaka. The state government has formally declared Obi Oputa III as the traditional ruler of Abo in Ndokwa East local government area in accordance with customary laws. The special advisor to the state governor on peace building and conflict resolution, Chief Edwin Uzo, made the declaration at a meeting with stakeholders of the community at the Unity Hall Government House, Asaba. Henry Unogwa reports.
Chief Uzo said the meeting was to brief the stakeholders, protesters and the petitioners of the state government's decision on the Abo Kingship tussle, saying that after a series of meetings, research and investigations carried out, Dr. Greg Nnamdi Oputa emerged as the king of Abo Kingdom. He noted that the traditional ruler of Abo Kingdom, Oputa III, had met the criteria and had passed through the normal traditional processes, adding that all allegations leveled against him were mere accusations. The special advisor frowned at the mischief makers who promoted crisis in the area, adding that the customary declaration of the community should be obeyed by the people.
The man who has emerged is Chief Dr. Gregory Nnamdi Oputa III. We've spoken to them. We also advised the king to go and make peace, to go and appease the people, to go and talk to them. Let him set up a small committee of about 3 people. Specifically, I mentioned names: Chief George Boma, Chief Barrister Tony Uchi, Chief Chris O. They should use those people to go in and talk to that person, so that those who are deviating from the line of acceptance will come back.
Chief Uzo advised the traditional ruler of the kingdom, Oputa III, to carry all his subjects along, especially the Umwewere family, who had expressed grievances over being sidelined, enjoining the traditional ruler to set up at least 5-man committee to have a peace talk with the aggrieved parties in the kingdom. He noted that the state governor, Sheriff Oborewori, had zero tolerance for crisis, adding that any person or group of persons promoting crisis in the state would be made to face the law. Chief Uzo appealed to the community members to give maximum support to the traditional ruler of their kingdom in order to enjoy dividends of democracy.
My message to them is for them to calm down, because there is no gain in eating on the community. There is no gain at all. There is no gain in eating on the community. They should go and work with the king elect, which is Chief Dr. Greg Nnamdi Oputa, whose staff of office will be given on the 4th of December. They should go and work with him.
In their remarks, some of the community members and kingmakers expressed satisfaction with the resolution, thanking the state government for setting up the peace team and promised to work with their traditional ruler, Oputa III.
I want to thank the state government for the painstaking right from the beginning in this process, and for also seeing it to a conclusion. For the community, I want to appeal to everyone aggrieved. Let's come together and make peace. Abo belongs to all of us.
I'm asking and begging them that every sword should go back to their shape, so that Abo will continue to stand a peaceful life.
Henry Unogwa reporting.
The Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, DESOPADEC, has empowered 240 DESOPADEC Skills Academy DSA artisans and 500 women from various ethnic nationalities within its mandate areas with 100,000 naira each. The event, which held at the conference center of the Petroleum Training Institute, Efrun, Uwe local government area, was designed to improve the livelihoods of youth and women from host communities across the state. In total, 200 artisans from the Desupade Skills Academy DSA received 500,000 naira each, along with starter packs for their various vocational skills, and 500 women from various mandate areas were empowered with 100,000 naira each. The beneficiaries of the 5th edition of the Desupade Skills Academy Empowerment Program were already trained professionals in their respective fields, unlike the previous editions. The initiative focused on providing them with the equipment and financial support they needed to fully establish themselves. Speaking at the event, the State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori, highlighted the significance of the DSA Empowerment Program as a catalyst for growth and empowerment among Deltans. The Governor, represented by the Chief of Staff, Honorable Johnson Erijo, described the program as a key initiative in the state's journey towards achieving its developmental goals, emphasizing that the program would direct impact the lives of the beneficiaries, especially the youth, by creating job opportunities. He urged the beneficiaries to make effective use of the items and funds provided to them. The chairman of the Desupadec board, Chief John Obukowo, and the managing director and chief executive officer of Desupadec, Chief Festus Ochonogo, also advised the beneficiaries to seize the opportunity to better their lives and the lives of their family members. While expressing gratitude to Governor Sheriff Oboriwori for his support in realizing the empowerment goals, Chief Ochonogo encouraged the beneficiaries to align themselves with the state's moral agenda. Earlier in his address, the Chief Host of the Day and Executive Director of Social Services, Chief Favor Izukuma, described the event as a significant milestone in the lives of the beneficiaries. He stated that the starter packs and seed funds provided would enable them establish themselves in their respective fields. The highlight of the event was the presentation of prototype checks and starter packs to the beneficiaries. The event was attended by all Desupodec board members, the SSA to the governor and Desupodec Matters, Right Honorable Basil Ganagana, members of the State House of Assembly, and esteemed royal fathers from Desupodec, Mande State. President Bola Tinubu has stated that his economic reforms will not only benefit Nigeria but also have a positive impact on the entire African continent. President Tinubu made their remarks at a state dinner hosted in his honor by the French government at the Palais des Elysées in Paris. He praised the amicable relations between Nigeria and France, expressing gratitude for French President Emmanuel Macron's interest in the continent. President Tinubu expressed confidence that Macron's goodwill would strengthen bilateral ties with positive impact on the entire continent. He encouraged both Nigerian and French citizens to uphold the cordial relationships shared by their nations. President Tinubu noted that Nigeria's reforms would improve Africa's economic prospects. He thanked Mr. Macron and his wife, Mrs. Brigitte, for the state visit and the warm reception over the 3-day visit. In his remarks, President Macron acknowledged Nigeria's leadership in Africa, referring to the country as a big brother to the continent. He praised Nigeria for the resilience and intellect, citing Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka and musician Femi Kuti as global examples of Nigerian excellence. Mr. Macron also noted that French investors have long been active in Nigeria, particularly in oil, gas, construction and food security, and highlighted emerging opportunities in solid minerals, technology, and the film industry. Governor Sheriff Oboriwori has congratulated Mr. Al-Hassan Yahaya, the newly elected president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ. Mr. Al-Hassan Yahaya, who worked for Corporation, is the first NUJ president of the Northeast Extraction and was elected at the NUJ 8th National Triennial Delegates Conference held in Owerri, Imo State. Until his election, Yahaya was the immediate past deputy president of NUJ. Mrs. Abimbola Oyetunde was also elected as the first female deputy national president of the NUJ. Also elected were Mohammed Tukar, VP Zone A, Ronke Samo, VP Zone B, Adeiza Momo Jimo, VP Zone D, Zare Baba, VP Zone E, Dokumbo Opakam Maba, VP Zone F, Victor Ndukwe, National Treasurer, and Samuel Dada, National Financial Secretary. Others are Abdul Razak Bello Kaura, Secretary Zone A, Alege Abdul Razak, Secretary Zone B, Aduiku Ezenwa, Secretary Zone C, Dauda Mohammed, Secretary Zone D, Abubakar Musa, Secretary Zone E, and John Angase, Secretary Zone F. Governor Boriwari, in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Sir Festus Ahon, also congratulated all other newly elected National Executive Council NEC of the Union on their successful election. The governor said the election of Mr. Al-Hassan Yahaya as the new president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists was not a surprise following his antecedents as Gombe State Chairman and immediate past Deputy National President of the Union. The governor reminded the press of the need to, at this crucial juncture of the nation, as the fourth estate of the realm, to actively fulfill its essential watchdog functions by holding public officials accountable. He urged the president to make the welfare of journalists a top priority so that they would be better disposed to playing the critical roles expected of them as agents of good governance and accountability. Governor Sharif Oboriwere expressed optimism that Mr. Yahaya would make a positive difference in the tasks given to him with his wealth of experience and the positions he had occupied in the profession. The governor, while assuring the new NUJ president and indeed the union of his support and partnership at all times, congratulated members of the NUJ for a successful election. He also commended the immediate past president of NUJ, Mr. Chris Iziguzo, for his contributions to the development of journalism while in office. The House of Representatives Committee on Review of the 1999 Constitution as amended has announced that it would conduct a national dialogue focused on local government autonomy on Monday, December 2 in Abuja. The Deputy Speaker, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, disclosed this in Abuja while updating members of the Special Ad Hoc Committee on Constitution Review regarding the agenda. Honorable Kalu explained that the purpose of the national dialogue was to gather ideas for a meaningful discussion on the independence of local government administration in Nigeria. He also announced that the committee will commence zonal public hearings in January next year. The decision came after the committee resolved on the locations of the public engagement in which hearings will be held in 12 states covering the 6 geopolitical zones. The states include Northeast, Gombe and Borno State, North Central, Nasarawa and Niger State, Northwest, Kaduna and Sokoto State, Southeast, Enugu and Imo State, South-South, Bayelsa and Cross River State, and Southwest, Lagos and Ondo State. Honorable Kalu emphasized the importance of inclusivity and urged committee members to collaborate with their respective state caucuses, governors, and members of the House of Assembly to ensure success of the initiative. The chairman of the National Population Commission MPC, Mr. Nasir Kwara, has announced that Nigeria's long overdue national census will finally be conducted in 2025. Mr. Kwara made this disclosure in Abuja at the 2024 anniversary of the Nairobi Summit on the International Conference on Population and Development, ICPD. He emphasized that a delay in conducting the census has hindered Nigeria's ability to effectively access population needs and allocate resources, particularly in rural and underserved areas. Nigeria last conducted a population census in 2006 despite the United Nations recommendation for countries to hold one every 10 years. The exercise, originally scheduled for 2023, was postponed twice under former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration and later opted to allow the incoming government to oversee the process. Mr. Kwara highlighted the lack of up-to-date population data has significantly impacted decision-making across various sectors, while reiterating the importance of accurate data in driving social progress and inclusivity. The Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron, announced that the Port Harcourt refinery will sell petrol at 1,030 naira per litre, affirming that the refinery is operational as stated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. In a statement by the Petron spokesman, Mr. Joseph Obele noted that the NNPCL informed the association that the price of a litre of a premium motor spirit at the refurbished refinery is 1,030 naira. He added that Petron's strategic pricing team is currently analyzing the most favorable pricing for its members, saying they were open to patronizing all the refineries in the country. The association also urged NNPCL to consider further price reductions to ensure a joyful Yuletide for Nigerians. The announcement follows weeks of speculation regarding the petrol price from the refinery. It will be recalled that the Port Harcourt refinery commenced operations and truck out of petroleum product on Tuesday. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC has announced that married female corps members will no longer be required to change their names for redeployment. This was contained in a statement by the Director of Corps Mobilization, Mr. Abubakar Mohammed, sent to directors, acting directors, state and federal capital territory FCT coordinators. It specified that state coordinators should now be informed that changing a maiden name to that of the spouse is no longer a requirement for the approval of redeployment requests by married female corps members, while other requirements remain unchanged. You are watching the Delta Television main news. Still to come, World Trade Organization reappoints Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as its Director General for a second term. Details on this story and more after this short break. Please stay with us.
My sister, my brother, my friend, look before you leap, because not all that glitters are gold. Beware of human trafficking fueled by desperation to travel abroad illegally. Shun irregular migration. Don't fall prey to traffickers. Thousands have died in the deserts. Others end up as sex slaves or in forced labor. Our people, especially traditional religious leaders, churches, youths, women and men, come and join Women Aid Collective, WACO, Edo State Government and NAPTIP to combat this evil. It is in our hands to stop it. This message is brought to you by Women Aid Collective, WACO, with support from the government of Switzerland.
If you see something, say something.
For contact and more information, visit our office at Suite 16, Jesurobo Complex, 133, 2nd East Circular Road, Nekpe Junction, Benin City.
Call our hotline
0811 363 7777.
You're welcome back. The World Trade Organization WTO has reappointed Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as its Director General for a second term. This was announced by WTO in a post on X today. WTO said the reappointment will take effect on September 1 next year. Meanwhile, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has reacted to her reappointment, saying she was deeply honored by the trust and support of the WTO General Council and its 166 members. She also pledged her commitment to work alongside the staff of the WTO to build a more inclusive, equitable, and rules-based multilateral trading system. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Mr. Muhammadu Dingyadi, has said it's not the responsibility of his ministry to create jobs for Nigerians. Mr. Dingyadi stated this at the annual conference of the Federal Capital Territory chapter of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations (NIPR) in Abuja. He noted that the role of his ministry was to make policies that would foster job creations for Nigerians, adding that the ministry recognized the challenges posed by Nigeria's large youth population. The minister highlighted the administration's focus on economic reforms under President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. He cited the recently negotiated minimum wage and the ongoing infrastructural and human capital investment as key initiatives. The Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has lifted the suspension imposed on the State Security Corps, otherwise known as Edo State Security Network, ESN, in September 2024. Governor Okpebholo said the decision was informed by his administration's resolve to fortify security architecture in the state. The governor's decision marked a comprehensive shift in the state's quest for enhanced safety and security. It would be recalled that the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Kayode Ewetokun, prior to the conduct of the September 21 governorship election in Edo State, initiated the ESN suspension. Mr. Ewetokun's decision was hinged on the constitutional stipulation that election security is the sole responsibility of Nigeria Police Force, assisted by other sister agencies within the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, ICCES. However, with the successful conduct of the gubernatorial election, the Edo State government has deemed it necessary to reinstate the Security Corps. The global scene is next as we join our World News Desk.
Chad has said it is terminating a key defense cooperation agreement with France, raising questions about Paris' waning influence in Africa's embattled Sahel region. Chadian Foreign Minister Abderrahman Koulamallah said it was time for his country to assert its full sovereignty. The announcement came hours after Koulamallah's French counterpart, Mr. Jean-Noël Barrot, met Chad's President Mahamat Deby. Chad is a key partner in the West's fight against Islamist militants in the West African Sahel region. Prior to the presidential election in May, Chad's authorities ordered the withdrawal of U.S. troops from the country, signaling a distancing from the country's traditional Western allies. Australians have reacted with a mixture of anger and relief to a social media ban on children under 16 that the government says is world-leading, but which tech giants like TikTok argue could push young people to darker corners of the internet. Australia approved the social media ban for children late yesterday after an emotive debate that has gripped the nation, setting a benchmark for jurisdictions around the world, with one of the toughest regulations targeting big tech. The law forces tech giants from Instagram and Facebook owner Meta platforms TikTok to stop minors from logging in or face fines of up to 49.5 million Australian dollars. A trial of enforcement methods will start in January, with the ban to take effect in a year. Announcing the details of the ban earlier this month, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese cited the risk to physical and mental health of children from excessive social media use. in particular the risk to girls from harmful depictions of body image and misogynist content aimed at boys. In Sydney today, reaction to the ban was mixed. Meanwhile, Australia has warned travelers not to drink some liquors in Laos, following a spate of deaths linked to suspected methanol poisoning. Australia's Foreign Affairs Department said on its travel advisory website today that Australians should avoid drinking Tiger vodka and Tiger whiskey due to serious safety concerns. It added that Lower-10 authorities had barred the sale and consumption of these two products due to concerns that they were a health risk. Reports said that the 6 people who died earlier this month in the Lower-10 town of Vang Veng had drunk shots of locally made vodka. The Australian Travel Advisory said travelers should be alert to the potential risk, particularly with the spirit-based drinks, including cocktails.
Let's join our business news desk for more happenings in the business sector.
French energy giant Total Energies could approve a $750 million gas project in Nigeria next year, indicating potential progress in the country's bid to attract renewed investment in its hydrocarbon sector. The Senior Vice President of Africa Exploration and Production at Total Energies, Mr. Mike Sangster, made this known today at a French-Nigerian business forum. The shallow water project, developed in partnership with a local firm, aims to further enhance gas supply to the liquefied natural gas (LNG) facility. Earlier this year, Total Energies pledged around $500 million to a joint venture with the state-owned Nigerian National Petroleum Company (NNPC) Limited to develop the Obeta onshore field. With an expected output of 300 million cubic feet per day, this project is set to strengthen the gas supply to the Nigerian liquefied natural gas plants. Since taking office in May 2023, President Bola Tinubu has been addressing issues in the oil and gas sector, signing 2 executive orders this year to improve efficiency. Nigeria is seeking to attract up to $10 billion in new investment for deepwater gas exploration through tax incentives and other measures outlined in a new policy framework. Mr. Sangster advocated for a further easing of local content regulations to attract international contractors with expertise in deepwater projects back to Nigeria, noting that this would foster competition and revive investment that have been suspended. The Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NEMA, has denied reports saying it is planning a reintroduction of the $300 landing fee from helicopter operators in the country. In a statement by the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Alhaji Abdullahi Musa, stated that the issue has been put on hold since May 2024 with the intervention of Mr. Festus Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, who along with the agency is still making consultations with critical stakeholders on the matter. The insinuations, therefore, is baseless, unofficial, and was never in the contemplation of the agency.
And away from business. The online application into the Nigerian Defense Academy NDA Kaduna for the 77th regular course has commenced and will end on Communication and Functioning Permanent Secretary in the State Ministry of Information, Mrs. Stace Aliko, says the admission is open to both male and female candidates, adding the candidates who are Deltons should visit the application portal on the NDA website at www.ndaapplications.net to register by clicking or selecting the Purchase Access Code to fill in their details and pay 7,000 Naira only to obtain order ID and remitter retrieval reference RRR code. The statement also enjoined applicants to apply in the forthcoming 2025 Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board JAM and choose NDA as their first choice of institution and score at least 210 points for engineering and 180 points for art, social science and science courses, and would be enabled to print the screening test admission card and be considered for the screening test. Interested candidates are expected to attend the screening test scheduled for Saturday 24th May 2025 at the Army Day Secondary School of Supply and Transport, NSST, Ubawa, Benin City, Edo State. Candidates have been requested to come along with acknowledgement form, screening test admission card, JAM results slip, and 2 postcard-sized photographs to screening test center. The photograph should not to show wholly from the chest upwards and must bear the candidate's name, examination number, state, examination center, course of study, and signature at the back. Only successful candidates at the NDA screening test will be invited for interview by the Armed Forces Selection Board, upon which the list of admitted candidates will be published. The statement explained that candidates admitted into the NDA for the 77th regular course would undergo both military and academic training as officer cadet for 5 years, and on successful completion of training, graduates will earn the honors degree in a core discipline and a presidential commission into the Armed Forces of Nigeria. The December 2024 series of examination conducted for different categories of junior staff by the State Directorate of Establishment and Pensions have been scheduled for Friday 6th to Saturday 7th December 2024. Our statement says the examination will hold at the Staff Training Center, Asaba, and the Horsey College, Warri. The statement said the affected examination are limited competitive examination for messengers, cleaners, sub-technical and allied grades, confirmation and promotion examination for clerical assistants, salary grade levels 3, confirmation and promotion examination for clerical officers, salary grade level 4, adding that the examination will start at 2 p.m. on Friday 6th and 9 a.m. on Saturday 7th December. It added that a one-day refresher course has been scheduled to hold for candidates of the examination on Thursday at the Staff Training Center, Asaba, by 9 a.m. A boat accident occurred in the early hours of today along the Dambo-Ebuchi sections of the River Niger in Niger State, resulting in the loss of multiple lives. It was gathered that the boat, which belonged to one Musa Dangana, was carrying over 200 passengers, including market women and farm laborers, en route to the Kacha Weekly Market, when it capsized, throwing all on board into the water. As of the later report, 8 bodies have been recovered, while search and rescue operations have continued to locate the remaining passengers. Preliminary report indicated that none of the passengers were wearing life jackets at the time of the accident, which may have contributed to the high number of casualties. Meanwhile, authorities have yet to release an official statement on the accident, but an investigation is expected to be launched to determine the cause of the accident. And now to sport. Voting has officially opened for the 9th edition of the Best FIFA Football Awards. FIFA, in a statement today on its website, said fans can vote for the Best FIFA Men's 11 and the Best FIFA Women's 11 for the first time. Also, the new FIFA Mata Award has been added to specifically celebrate the best goals scored in women's football. FIFA announced a short list of nominees for the Best FIFA Football Awards 2024, which will recognize the leading lights in another thrilling year of women's and men's football at both club and national team levels. Voting is now open on FIFA.com across a number of award categories, with fans set to play a key role in choosing the winners. Voting for the Best FIFA Men's Player, the Best FIFA Women's Player, the Best FIFA Men's Coach, the Best FIFA Women's Coach, the Best FIFA Men's Goalkeeper, and the Best FIFA Women's Goalkeeper will be equally weighted between fans, the current captains and coaches of all women's and men's national teams, and media representatives. The winner of the FIFA Fan Award will be chosen entirely by fans, while the recipient of the FIFA Fair Play Award will be decided by an expert. Voting for the new FIFA Mata Award and the FIFA Puskas Award will be split equally between fans and a panel of FIFA legends. The biggest change in terms of voting for this year's edition of the Best FIFA Football Award is that fans will have their say in selecting the best FIFA Men's 11 and the best FIFA Women's 11. They will be able to choose from a list of 77 nominated players, 22 defenders, midfielders and forwards apiece, plus 11 goalkeepers, slotting them into one of several preset tactical formations to build their team. Votes will be weighted equally between fans and an expert panel. The FIFA Puskas Award has been redefined as being bestowed on the scorer of the best goal in men's football, regardless of championship or nationality. To honor the best goals scored in women's football in any league around the world, the FIFA Mata Award, named after the Brazilian legend, will be presented to the very first time. Voting is open on FIFA.com until 23:59 Central Eastern Time on Tuesday, December 10, 2024. The rules of allocation for all awards are available at the FIFA digital panel. That's our news. Now to our thoughts for the day. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep moving. And to end the Delta Television main news, here are the highlights. The state government has formally declared Obi Oputa III as the traditional ruler of Abo in Ndokwa East local government area, in accordance with customary laws. The special advisor to the state governor on peace building and conflict resolution, Chief Edu Nuzo, made the declaration at a meeting with stakeholders of the community at the Unity Hall Government House, Asaba. The Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, DESUPADEC, has empowered 240 DESUPADEC Skills Academy DSA artisans and 500 women from various ethnic nationalities within its mandate areas with 100,000 naira each. The event, which held at the conference center of the Petroleum Training Institute, Efrun, Uwe local government area, was designed to improve the livelihoods of youth and women from host communities across the state. The World Trade Organization WTO has reappointed Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as its Director General for a second term. This was announced by WTO in a post on X today. And abroad, Australia have made plans to ban children under 16 from using social media after its parliament approved the world's strictest laws. The ban, which will not take effect for at least 12 months, could see tech companies fined up to $32.5 million if they do not comply. And that's it on Delta Television main news. Thank you for watching. I am Tony Inwaka. Good evening.
You see, maintaining peace and state remains a priority of Governor Sheriff Oberewori-led administration.
It's clear for everyone to see that the Governor Sheriff